Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of 5 Games, 5 Minutes from acornelectron.co.uk. Superpool is that rare thing. A game that seems to have perfectly combined every single gaming element. And it's added a little bit of unique flair on top. It's got 3 levels. Number 1, pop the balls. Number 2, pop the balls in the correct order. And number 3, hit and pop the balls in the correct order. Unlike many other pool simulations, this is a one-player game only. There is no computerized opponent. Instead, you have a live system, rather like an arcade game. If you miss a ball, pop the wrong one, or hit the wrong one on level 3, you'll lose a life. If all your lives hit 0, it's game over and you have to start again. The graphics are excellent, with all 7 colours used. The game is also very fast. Aiming is done by moving a target around the sides of the pool table. This is quite different to other Electron pool simulations. It's not always an effective tool for success, but it does the job about 90% of the time, so I'm not complaining. In fact, there's very little to complain about here. It's a nice game, and playing it is a complete joy. Thrust is a monochrome space game in which your task is to visit planets and steal Klingston power pods. It's a game practically worshipped by many for its realistic physics and gravity. Your spaceship will sink towards the planet unless you thrust, and you will always travel in the direction it's facing. You need to gently use the thrust to get around the planet's surface, and then into its caverns on later levels. There are limpet guns, which usually need to be blasted to ensure a safe passage, but the skill of the game is not just in finding the Klingston pod, you also need to carry it away into the skies. To hook onto it, you use a tractor beam, but the moment it connects, the physics you're used to change. The weight of the pod dragging your craft down needs to be counterbalanced, and that's where the real skill needs to be practiced. Some people seem to be born good at these sorts of games, others find them too frustrating to persevere with. Oh, and once you've got the pod, there are also reactors which you can shoot into oblivion for bonus points. Danger UXB is a grid-based game, which was amazingly popular on the Electron for reasons I've never entirely understood. You're a bomb defusal expert, which is handy because the grid is filled with ticking time bombs. They will go off when they hit 0. You can run around the grid to get to each bomb, but each block you step on disappears, so you then have to find your way to other bombs by different routes. To try and minimise the amount of blocks you destroy in this manner, you can opt not to run left or right, but to shift instead. This shifts the entire row on which you stand 1 block, without causing any damage. However, you can't do this up and down. On later levels there are some boots, also stomping around the maze, in case this is all too easy for you. There's also a little bonus game between levels. Danger UXB isn't a difficult concept to understand, but I don't find it all that addictive myself. Thunderstruck is another graphical adventure from the devious mind of Peter Scott. You play a space refuse collector who has been transported to a futuristic, castle. To those who are familiar with graphic adventures, the formula is quite a pure one. You wander around finding objects. Your score goes up when you use the right object with another object, or when you give the correct object to the correct character. The instructions reveal there are 8 characters, including a dog, a guard, and a revolting hag. Peter Scott's games have got the reputation of being tough, and Thunderstruck is no exception. You have a single life, and you lose energy whenever you collide with something moving. Energy loss is also not consistent. Some baddies drain it about 5 times as quickly as others. One false move can quickly see you right back at the start. Considering the adventure probably takes a good hour to complete, being killed off in this manner is a bit annoying. Purists of the genre might also not like the somewhat cramped screen area. Nevertheless, Thunderstruck plays extremely well. Sprites, colours, sounds and playability are straight 10 out of 10. Even when you get killed off, it's difficult to entirely regret playing the game. Now here's a first for the Electron, 3D Bomb Alley from Software Invasion. Now I'll come to the 3D aspect in a moment. Firstly, the game itself, which is an air-sea battle. Air-sea battle? As far as I'm aware, an alley is a narrow passageway between buildings. There's no alley in sight here. Your gun's got the free run of the skies, which are filled with enemy planes. So, bizarre choice of title. Having said that, 3D Bomb Alley, not a bad game. You have 3 lives and the aim is to pick off the planes as they fly towards you before they have time to drop their bombs on you. Their bombs never miss. The 3D feature is interesting. if far too easy to overlook. If you look carefully at the screen, you'll see that the planes and explosions are rendered in pink and green, with the pink slightly offset to the right. Stick on a pair of 3D glasses, and the planes and explosions take on the third dimension. Yes, it does actually work. Weirdest thing though, the only 3D game ever made for the Electron. A unique selling point, in fact. And yet no mention of it, anywhere, on the box, on the instructions, or on the loader.